in Tottenham recently to film XCP-136, we came across a high switch stand with the words Raycor and Canadian Ramapo Ironworks Limited and also Niagara Falls, Canada, boldly cast into it. Not having seen the names Ramapo or Raycor before, it seemed worthwhile to spend a few moments to unearth some details. Founded around 1795 by Jeremiah H. Pearson and his brothers on Bridge Street in the hamlet of Ramapo in the Ramapo Valley of New Jersey, the Ramapo Ironworks was an iron and steel smelting foundry producing brake shoes and railway track equipment and other goods. The switch stand that we observed was manufactured at a branch plant formerly located at 4256 Portage Road, Niagara Falls, Ontario, and it was no earlier than 1933 based on a patent date prominently cast into the circular ring just below the lock. One component of the assembly, a part of the base, bears a patent date of 1931, as well as the Raycor logo and name. The Raycor logo is still in use today, seemingly unchanged from its design, which dates as early as 1931, but more on that later. The lineage of the Ramapo enterprise looks something like this. One of the interesting points in this history of takeovers, buyouts, and reorganizations is that the Ramapo and Raycor names persisted in the industry over an extended period of time. The Ramapo name first surfaced in the railway industry in 1799, as mentioned above, and yet, as late as 1933, it was still seen on products made in Niagara Falls some 31 years after that plant was bought by the American Brake Shoe Foundry Company in 1902. But what of the Raycor name? Well, the Raycor name has clearly been around as early as 1931, based on its presence on our switch stand's base component. As best as we can understand it, the name Raycor was used to identify track products of Ramapo, and it seems to be referred to as the Raycor Track Specialties product line. In Canada, the Raycor logo and name still appeared as late as 1947 on a pamphlet of the American Brake Shoe Company featuring its rail lubricators. The company was referred to on that brochure as the Ramapo Ajax, a division of the American Brake Shoe Company. And on the cover, the locations for Ramapo Ajax still included Niagara Falls. Several other vintage manuals and brochures exist for the Ramapo Ajax product. The Ramapo brochure for its safety switch stands promoted such features as being rigid for hand operation, automatic safety features, and specifically, a train or car can trail through the switch when set wrong, locked with a Ramapo safety switch stand without breaking the switch points or injuring the switch stand. The first pair of wheels force the switch points open, compressing the springs in the switch stand, and when the points are halfway thrown, the springs snap the points the rest of the way. The stand is then locked in the new position, just as if thrown by hand, and is again ready for operation by hand or automatic. So what has become of the Ramapo and Raycor names in current times? We may see these names appear in vintage switch stands from time to time, although I would not expect to see them on any Class 1 main line. That said, look for them here and there on non-Class 1 lines, older railway yards, heritage railways, and the like. As for the Raycor logo and name, I found that it is currently used by an Austrian company, Railway Systems Nortrack. I won't try to pronounce their Austrian name, and their product line includes special track work, turnouts, frogs, switches, and switch drives, concrete and turnout ties, castings, and molding. So the Nortrack part of the business, it was commenced in 1981 in British Columbia as Nortrack Railway Supply Limited. In 1990, it sold an interest to the Austrian company. So how the Raycor logo name and rights came to be used by Nortrack Railway Supply in Canada and then ultimately by the Austrian company is not clear to me.